So if Arteta want a defensive security and good ball retention, then Konsa's profile fits the bill in terms of a replacement for William Saliba. Now, last season, he posted a staggering 95% in passing accuracy in the Premier League. Now, this showcase is composure. And as I was saying, comparing to Loco's composure is very poor. But Konsa's composure is very good. 95% ball retention. And that's that comes in two ways. His ball retention come in a way that look at this, brilliant. I love that. The fact that most people gave up on that ball, he got back and cleared that ball out the goal. That's a good defending by Konsa. So he's the type of player that is very good header there. Unlucky keeper's making a brilliant save. That's a good header, and that's something that we realized straight off the bat. He's very good aerially. He's good in aerial duels, and that's very good. Nice finish there. That's very good in the defensive side of the game, and it's very good in the attacking side of the game. So he is very good on the ball, right? And that comes with brilliant pass there. Unlucky with the finish. So that comes in two things, that because he's so composed, he mostly sometimes pass side to side. But when it comes down to Lacroix is the type of player that he will get. When he is under pressure, sometimes he get flustered and just clear the ball anyway. He's not really composed sometimes. So I would say Konsa has this over him, that Konsa is more composed. But Konsa will remind me of Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba, just always passing side to side. Sometimes they don't have that killer pass, right? That final third breaking pass. Sometimes they don't have that. But if anyone should have that out of the two that we've mentioned in Lacroix and Konsa, I would say Konsa would more likely have that. But as I was saying about Lacroix, that it could be something that Arteta could potentially coach him into, or same with Konsa, because they've got good ability on the ball. It's just that, like I was saying before, is it a thing that Konsa doesn't trust his team under pressure, so he rather to clear it? Because sometimes I see Arsenal used to do that the centre back will be okay on the ball, but then sometimes they'll pass into the midfield and the midfield get challenged because they're so weak, and then they put the defensive unit on the back foot. So sometimes I'm saying just clear the ball. When we had certain defenders, certain midfielders in the team, I was just saying clear the ball. Don't be passing at the back. Especially when Emery was at the especially when Emery was the manager, I see him lots of time was sweating. Konsa is a very good header of the ball, man. That's a brilliant header there. But yeah, we were sweating. We were trying to play out from the back, and listen. So that could be a thing where Lacroix is, listen, I'm not taking a risk. When we're under pressure, I'm just going to clear the ball. It could be something like that. Konsa is a very good composed defender. When it comes down to tackle, he has 64% tackle success rate. And this is the thing that gets me. He's only had 12 fouls committed in 3,000 minutes. That's unheard of. That shows you the patience of this guy. He's only going to challenge when he knows he's going to win the ball. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. But I can see it can be a bad thing in some cases, because sometimes you're going to need your player to draw a necessary foul just to break up the attacking play, just to break up the confidence of the opposition team and the opposition player. But Konsa is not that type of guy. Konsa is gonna wait and make sure that he's gonna do it when he has the right opportunity. That's when he's gonna make a challenge. So 12 fouls in 3,000 minutes for a centre back, that's unheard of, truly unheard of. That's what I'm trying to say about this guy's patience and composure is second to none. But yeah, he's a very good head of the ball, which is something that I like, because if you have Konsa and Gabriel Magalhaes in the same team, man, our defensive play is gonna be crazy. Our headed, because Saliba, that's something I was critical of Saliba with, for his height, for his aggression, for his He's very tall, and he doesn't score enough header for me. And this is something Lacroix is good at header as well. So when it comes down to either Lacroix or Konsa, both of them are good at headers. But I think that Konsa will edge it with Lacroix. So either of them with Gabriel Magalhaes is going to be very good for set piece plays. So something that Konsa excels at is his one-on-one defensive work rate. His one-on-one drills are very good, right? Second to none, as I'm saying that. He knows how to read. His possession is always good. His possession play is always good, and he knows how to read the game. And as you can see, his managers trust him. When he's at Villa, Emery trusts him. Now he came to the England national team. Thomas Tuchel trusted more than even Mark Gay. There's some of the matches that concept in terms of big matches. So this is how you know that the manager trusts you and rate you. Was Konsa as well, like, was dominant. But this is the thing, that there's something with Konsa. He's not a player that is vocal. He's not as vocal as other players, which is a good thing and is a bad thing. And when it comes down to Konsa's versatility, that's very good, because as I keep saying, that Arteta loves a versatile player that can play multiple positions. So Konsa can play right back and he can play centre back. We see him play right back for England, and look at that nice little play there. Drop off a shoulder, looks like he's going both directions. He's just driving the middle, draw a foul, easy foul there. So Konsa is very good on the ball, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's more like of a William Saliba type, swap for swap, because William Saliba is very good on the ball as well, and Gabriel Magalhaes is the aggressor type. So Lacroix is the aggressor, Konsa is the ball playing centre back, and so Konsa would fit the glove of Saliba better than Lacroix. But Lacroix abilities in terms of his brilliant challenge here, what a challenge, in terms of his getting back, right, is the way he gets back and defend is very good. But Konsa's positional play is also very good. So it comes down to, once again, is who has the better stats. And so far, I'm not gonna lie, Konsa is winning, because Konsa, even though he's not fast, right, I think that's the only thing. He's not as fast as a Lacroix. That's the only thing I think Lacroix has over him, right? Lacroix is more vocal. So Lacroix is more vocal. Lacroix is faster in getting back, right? So these are the two main things. And aggression, which could be a bad thing, could be a good thing, the aggression. Those are the only thing I would say Konsa lacks. But in terms of everything else, in terms of his patience in build-up play, in terms of his composure, in terms of his heading ability, in terms of his positional play, everything is top-notch. One-on-one defending is better. Versatility, he can play right back and centre-back, and that would fit seamlessly with William Saliba. Not William Saliba, Jurgen Timber. Even Jurgen Timber can swap in different positions, different plays. So that's very good. So far, Konsa is winning this race. But one of the things that I don't like is the fact that it's side-to-side passes. That's like William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, some side-to-side passes, which I hate. But the thing with Saliba, I realized that in the middle of the season to the end of the season, he started to drive more with the ball. He tried to help bring the ball out from the defense, so his team won't be under so much pressure. So I love that about William Saliba, and that's something potential I can see Konsa doing, because Konsa is more composed on the ball than Lacroix. So that's something that I realized that Konsa can be coached into doing comparing to Lacroix. So that's very good. In that side-to-side passing, sometimes he can drop a bit of shoulder and drive into midfield. Arteta will coach him in that, no doubt. But in terms of, we can't be trying to get a world-class centre-back right now, a potential world-class centre-back, because William Saliba is going to be coming back soon, 5 months. And if we sign a player, we're going to have to give him certain assurances, certain promises that he's going to be basically in the starting lineup more often than not. But if we sign a Konsa, I believe that he's the type of player, or Lacroix, they're the type of player that could say, okay, I don't mind competing with Saliba for that starting spot, knowing that he's ahead of me. I think these are players, this is the reason why we're trying to sign these players and not like world-class or potential world-class centre-back. I believe that we can try sign potential world-class centre-back and pay the money and get them, but what promises will you have to give them of playing time, which is going to be very big. So I don't believe that Arteta is really necessarily trying to do that right now. So this is why I believe that it will be very good for us to have this sort of thing, whereas we have these sort of players that don't mind where they play in the team and still will come in and do a very good job. So one of the only bad thing I have to say about Konsa is that he's not an alpha. He's not an alpha, right? And whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, he's not an alpha. When you compare him to the likes of the centre-backs, right? It reminds me of William Saliba. Saliba is not an alpha. Gabriel Magalhaes is the alpha at the centre-back. He's the one that barks the orders. He's the one that tells the team what to do, tells the defense what to do. So, and Konsa is more like a William Saliba. He's the type that lets his work speak for him. Same thing with Odegaard. Odegaard is not the alpha. This is why a lot of people say that they don't respect Odegaard as a captain, which I understand that some captains are not going to be alphas. They lead in different ways. I know that. But it comes down to, what do we need at this specific time? Do we need an alpha that will speak, just like with Gabriel Magalhaes? Both of them will be aggressive. Or do we not mind getting a player that's not alpha, just like we had in William Saliba? Because at the end of the season, William Saliba was starting to get more passionate. And this is how alphas are created. They're created through passion. Same thing with Saka. When Saka broke into the team, he was this humble guy, humility. But then all of a sudden, Saka started to get nasty, starting to get aggressive, starting to push away play people, right? And I believe that Thierry Henry was very instrumental with that as well. Thierry Henry told him that you need to drop this nice guy act. You need to start being more aggressive, start being more ruthless, let people fear you. This is what Thierry Henry basically advised him on. So they have different players in the team. So it comes down to what profile Arteta is looking for. So based off all that I've just mentioned, what are your thoughts on Konsa compared to Lacroix previous videos? What are your thoughts on these two players? What one would you rather in the team right now to help moving us forward to challenge for back-to-back Premier League titles before William Saliba come back in the team? And who knows? It says that reports are saying 5 months. It could be longer than 5 months. Who knows? There could be a complication in surgery and it takes him out for longer, or the healing time could be longer. We don't know how long it's going to take for him to come back into the team. So let me know, what player would you be more comfortable in the team waiting for William Saliba to come back? Make sure you like, subscribe and share. Help me on my journey to 10,000 subs, guys. Catch you in the next video. Big up yourself.